Hey family, I am fresh out the shower. It is very early in the morning, 8, 9 o'clock. I don't think it's 10 yet, but might be. Well, I'm actually gonna get started cooking something. Something simple, sorta kinda. You know me when it comes to simple, it ain't always simple. But it's gonna cook for a while I clean up my nasty house. So come on, cook with me. Clean up your nasty house too. I see it over in the corner. I see it. Let's go. Hi, my name is T. I am not a chef. Actually, I'm a truck driver. And I don't drive food trucks. I drive a semi. What I'm about to do is show you how to do what I do on my truck. Welcome to your favorite new food show, Big Taste in a Small Space with me, T. So since I had all day, I figured I'd do this video right. I got my little spice grinder out, put a little fennel seed in it, some Ajwan seed, pinch of each, some tomato basil seasoning, about a teaspoonful, one chili, some yellow mustard seed, about a half a teaspoonful, some pink peppercorns, half a teaspoon, some minced onions, a whole teaspoon, some white peppercorn, another half teaspoon. Put in the spice grinder and grind it up. Shake it up a little bit. Make sure everything gets ground and everything did not. That's that pepper. Tore off the head. Let me try it again. Grind a little bit more. Pepper don't want to seem to grind down, so we're gonna take it out. Put it on the side. We're gonna take our spices and put the whole thing on the side. Yep. Get my food processor. That's the little baby food processor. So cute. Put some garlic in there. I had a half a jalapeno. Put that in there. I had a couple sweet peppers. Come on, cut up the sweet peppers too. We gonna cut them up just a little bit. So it make it a little easier for my my food processor to process them. Yeah, haven't used that little toy in a minute, but I like it. Grind that up some. And make sure you get everything off the sides and the corners of a round thing. Make sure you get everything off the sides. Grind it up a little bit, process it. If it looks good, I think it looks good. Put that on the side too. Get my little crock pot out. We're going to put a bay leaf or two. Let's do two today. We're going to put some sun-dried tomato strips. A few of them. A little bit of pink Himalayan salt. A little fresh ground black pepper. We gonna use a little bit of that red pepper flakes. About a teaspoon of sugar. I know you're looking at me crazy, but I'm crazy. But do it anyway. Then we're gonna get about a whole teaspoon of that spicy ground. Get some tomato sauce, whatever your favorite kind is. This happens to be tomato basil. Hey. And then don't want to waste the rest of the stuff in the jar, so we're going to use some Worcestershire sauce, a little soy sauce, some garlic oil. Yeah, we're putting all this in the jar. A little bit of chili oil. La 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 la. Some olive oil. Yes, I went to the store, got me some olive oil. It's been a minute. And a little bit of water. Mm-hmm. Now, we're gonna close that up, shake it up a little bit, and pour that into the sauce. Now, stir up the sauce just a little bit, and then we're gonna put that on our crock pot cooker and let it go. And while that's warming up, heating up, getting hot, get a little oven pan out, put some aluminum foil in it, shape it like we do. Mm-hmm. Put that on the side for just a few minutes. Cause we got a little bit of ground beef. I like to use the 80-20. I used to use the 97-3 or 90-10, but it tends to leave your meatballs kind of hard and dry, and I want these to be kind of juicy. A little more fat, a little more flavor. So I'm going with the 80-20 now. Large eggs. These eggs were not that large. I could have probably used 2, but I just used 1. Some panko breadcrumbs. About a quarter of the meat that you use, that's how much breadcrumbs I use. And some Reggiano. That was just Parmigiano. I used a little of that just for flavor. Now, those peppers and garlics that you processed up, you're gonna put all of that into this meat. Every bit of it, all of it. Get that flavor out the corners of the round thing again. Yes, get it all out there. And that spice that you ground up, you're gonna use about a full teaspoon of that in there too. Yep. Now, crack the yolk, mix the egg with the breadcrumbs and the cheese and the breadcrumbs with the meat, and you mix everything and you keep mixing. See, the reason I say I could have used 2 eggs is because I think it was kind of, could have used a little more moisture in there. Now it's going to be very moist with the peppers and things that you ground up in the food processor. But if I had used 2 eggs, it would have been blah, 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 blah. Yeah, what I said. It would have stuck a little better. It wasn't bad. It was pretty good. But I just used 1 egg today. Nothing wrong. No problem. Like I said, I think the package said large eggs. I think that egg was pretty small. But anyway, you mixy. Make sure everything's incorporated well. You don't want to overmix your meat, because that will also make your meatballs kind of tough. We don't want our tough balls today. We want nice, juicy, tender meatballs. And I put a little more paprika because I didn't have any in my mix. So I put some paprika on top. And I put just a pinch of some black salt on top too. Now, mix all that very well. Get everything incorporated. La 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 la. Like I said, don't overwork it. Don't squish it too hard. Just mix it. You see, I'm only using 1 hand. Yep. So, when you believe you got everything mixed just the way you like, clean up your mess a little bit, and you get your oven pan that we got ready, and you make some meatballs. Usually I make them small. Today I made them about mid-size, medium-sized balls. I like to make them small so you just pop the whole ball in your mouth. But this time, I wanted them a little bigger, because I wanted to cook them a little harder. Yes, I did. So you make your meatballs. What's that? 4, 5, 6, 7 I made today. There you go. And you're going to pop those meatballs. Wait a minute. Before I put them in the oven, I just drizzle a little bit of olive oil over the top, a little bit of salt over the top, and I put them in the oven at 450, Salt and pepper, yeah. Put them in the oven at 450 for about 30 minutes. You could fry them too, but fry them is a little more messy. After 30 minutes, they come out the oven and they look like this. And you're going to make sure they're not sticking to your aluminum foil. And you're going to put them into the sauce. All of them go into the sauce because they're not really fully cooked just yet. The outside's got a little crust to it, but you want to finish them off in the sauce. And I put them in the sauce, and I closed up the sauce, and I just let that cook for a couple hours while I cleaned up my truck. Now, I got some asparagus. I love me some asparagus. Cut the ends off. This is when I'm almost ready to eat now. I've cleaned up my truck. I got a little bit of carrots. Maybe I should have started the carrots earlier because they was a little crunchy. But drizzle a little bit of garlic oil over both of them. A little balsamic vinegar. And a little bit of salt. Some pepper. Put that on the side for a few, I changed the aluminum foil on my oven pan. Hook up my oven pan the way we do. Mix up my vegetables in the salt, balsamic, garlic, pepper, and put them in the sheet pan. I'm going to put this pan in the oven also at about 400 degrees. Don't lose the juice. Put that in the 400 degree oven for a while. Now, I got my water boiling for some pasta. Put a little salt. Only when the water's boiling. Put your pasta into the pot. Once it's hot, you want to stir your pasta, especially when you first get it in there. That's going to keep it from sticking. Since I don't have big pots I can use right now, I got to use less water, but it's all good. You move your pasta around, you check it when you like the toothiness of it, al dente, and it's time to serve it up. Get you a nice pretty plate. A couple people starting to bother me about my plates again, so we get the nice white plate today. And you put some pasta down, you give it a little twist when you're putting it down, restaurant style, hey. And you move that aside a little bit so you can get your meatballs out. Your meatballs have been cooking for about 4 or 5 hours, just simmering in the sauce. The sauce is nice and hot. And by now your meatballs are nice and done, because that's what we wanted. We wanted them to simmer slowly. Ooh, some restaurants cook them for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. I just did it long enough for me to clean up my truck. Put your meatballs down, get you some nice sauce to put on top of your pasta to make sure your pasta don't be sticky. Put a little sauce on your meatballs. Yes. Get that out the way. And you get your vegetables out of the oven. Only been there about 15 minutes or so. Plate them up nicely. Your asparagus. Like I said, my carrots, they were a little tough. I could have cooked them either earlier by themselves or a little longer. But they were still edible. And very tasty. So, get you a little Parmesan cheese. Sprinkle some on top of your pasta. Maybe a little on your meatballs too. Get you a little bit of chives, just the green top of the spring onions. Put that on top too, and voila, your dinner is done. Somewhat simple, not so simple. Meatballs, spaghetti, asparagus, some carrots, and you know me, you gotta have a salad with that. Woo, good stuff.